Welcome back, everybody, to You Are Supreme Toys. Today, we're going to go over something that every other YouTuber on the planet has gone over already. Super7's Thundercats Ultimates, Mandora, and her Electro-Charger. I got these in the mail just the other day, and I'm finally going to have time to unbox them and see how they are. Now, they both come in these shipper boxes, as every Ultimates does. Surprisingly, the Electro-Charger box isn't as big as I thought it might be, which is good because I am in dire straits for shelf space. First, let's go ahead and pop these out of the shipper box. I've got to say, first impressions, this Electro-Charger looks astounding. I love the package. This just feels like a vintage LJN Thundercats box to me. Oh man, it looks so good. It looks so good. I can't wait to open this up. It's pretty good. Got the 3D render of the Mandora on her Electro-Charger on the side, and more on the back. I do not believe this is actual final product. I think these are the actual 3D renders. I could be wrong. This is an instance where I could see me just keeping the vehicle in the box on display because it looks vintage, it looks retro, and it looks really good. Let's bring Mandora in here, do a slip reveal. Okay, she's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now, Mandora was one of my more favorite tertiary characters in the series. She had a number of episodes specifically for her, and of course she always came with her Electro-Charger. So I'm more than thrilled that Super7 decided to do both at one go, which kind of makes me feel a type of way that Snowman didn't come with Snow Meow right off the bat, because that would have been an amazing pack out like this. They could have did them both together, but hopefully we can get Snow Meow down the line. I love this box art. It's kind of a shame I no longer keep any packaging whatsoever because this art looks really good. Let's go ahead and check out the bio. Mandora, the no-nonsense Mandora, is an evil chaser, first class, and member of the Interplanetary Control Force. She patrols space with her vehicle, the Electro-Charger, relentlessly tracking and capturing dangerous criminals. Lion-O earned Mandora's respect when he helped her capture 3 escaped prisoners, after which she became an ally of the Thundercats. Skilled in the use of high-tech weapons like the enzyme catalyzer and the electronic boomerang, Mandora is also an ace pilot. Yeah, I really like Mandora, so I'm glad we got her. I do not believe she ever got a figure in the vintage line, so let's go ahead and rip her out of the box. Let's take a gander here. Got Mandora the Evil Chaser out of the package. She continues to have that glossy flesh tone that a lot of Ultimate figures tend to have for some reason. I don't know if you can see it if the light's washing it out. But for this character, I don't think that's too bad because you don't see a lot of her skin anyway. That being said, the sculpt looks pretty good. Like, this is, of course, based more on anything that you'd see from the cartoon. I see a few sloppy paint details that I'm not happy about, especially right here on the cuff of her glove. There's a lot of slop around the edges. There's some slop around the belt buckle. I don't know if that's coming through on the video. I feel like the paint was kind of rushed. It's kind of sloppy. The paint's just all around sloppy on this figure. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The hair is okay. The hair looks really good. It's kind of glossy with some orange wash in it, yellow and orange wash. It feels very fragile right here at the ponytail. I don't know how I feel about that. I could see this ripping off This is very soft. I feel like they could have just put a little ball joint in there or something and made it swivel. It just sits there like that. I advise you don't touch the hair. It's very soft, which is nice that they made it soft, but I can see this tearing and the paint breaking around the edge of that by touching it and moving it and swapping heads. If you're going to swap the heads, try to grab around the base of the neck and stuff and not put any pressure on that hair. That's all I can say. Let's take a look at the articulation. Head articulation is pretty good. She has a upper torso swivel. Nothing at the waist, which surprises me that they did not do what they did with the G.I. Joe Ultimates or the Power Ranger Ultimates and put a little waist bobble there. That would have been adequate. As it is, she has like no upper body articulation other than rotation. There's not a lot to side or bobbing, and even if you do, it's not going to stay. So they might as well have just made it a solid torso. I don't know. The sculpt feels weak. I know it's animated design, but the sculpt feels kind of weak. She has her shoulder hinge and articulation. The pauldron here is a very soft, pliable plastic, so it doesn't get in the way. So she has a bicep swivel, an elbow. Elbow can go 90 degrees just about. Hands pop out very easily. They're very slender pegs. I do not know how that's going to affect breakage. Hopefully it doesn't break. I feel like they're too thin for the figure, and anytime you move the hand, it just wants to pop out. Okay. And of course, this all mirrors to the other side. Articulation is actually pretty good so far. Got a thigh swivel up in the upper thigh swivel right here, and it's hinged. It actually looks pretty good. Nicely done. Pretty decently blended in. The leg, that is as far back as the knee goes. That is awful. Super7, you're not even trying sometimes. You really disappoint me. The foot is ridiculous. It goes back that far. Not very far forward, if at all. And it has the ankle rocker. And of course that mirrors over to the other side. The only good thing I can say is nothing broke. That's good. Alright. Now, accessories. Comes with 2 alternate heads. This grimacing head with a targeting reticle on the visor, which looks pretty good. I like this head a lot. And she comes with this second head with a standard look with her hair blowing in the wind. We get these little handcuffs, which I love. They're on a real little chain, but they feel very cheap. I can see you breaking these if you're trying to arrest somebody. I would imagine if you wanted to arrest a character, you'd pop their hand out, put this over the wrist, and then put the hand in. Be very careful with these. These are very rigid and they feel very brittle, but they're very cool. Comes with her electro boomerang in boomeranging electro action. I really like this accessory. It looks really good. It's like a translucent plastic that fades into that red effect, and it's painted pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. She's got her normal boomerang. Looks good. And let me just check this. I believe this can fit in her holster. I don't know how deep it should go, but that's about as deep as it fits in the holster. That's okay. Holster's kind of chunky and it's kind of tight. I'd imagine you'd rub paint off after extended play, putting this in and out. She comes with this awesome little communicator. It's opened and she's talking to herself. I don't know if you can see that. It's tampoed on. It's got her face. I don't know if this is... is this a communicator, or is this her, like... I'm a space cop badge, and this is my badge. I think that's what that is. What do I know? I think this might be her communicator. It literally looks like a calculator. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen the show, but this is okay. And then Another thing that looks like another type of communicator is this little doohickey here. It's got a button on it. Maybe this is what she uses to call her electro-charger. I'm just guessing at this point. It's been so long, I don't remember. And she comes with 8 additional hands. She comes with these 2 grabby hands, which look really good. They're sculpted very nicely. 2 gripping hands. Comes with a thumbs up hand, which I like. Another grabby hand, which I don't know if this is different. These are the same 2 hands, but one's a vertical and one's a horizontal hinge. Then she's got her "I'm gonna get you" bow. Don't look at me that way, pointing finger. And then, of course, a trigger finger, which is weird because she does not come with a gun. And, of course, she has 2 fists in the package. Now, as is the case, I'm going to run through these and check and make sure they don't break. These are very tiny pegs. These are very tiny pegs. So be very careful, that you don't break them. Like this one's already, any level of tightness in that hinge is going to put stress on that peg. This one doesn't want to move. So you might want to use heat or just, not use them. I don't like it. I understand she's a petite female character, but you really could have went with bigger pegs. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Yeah, these pegs, they're very tight and they're very flimsy. I'm not even going to bother because they're just going to break. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Let's see how her head pops off. Get a nice grip. Pops off easily. Does the pauldron come off? Okay. I want to be able to take this off. Can I take it off? Okay. This is disappointing. This is glued on to the torso. This is a missed opportunity. In one particular episode, she is without this pauldron. So by gluing this on, they take away a screen accurate option. That's awful. And it's broken. Oh, great. I just broke that. Well, I wouldn't say broke it. It's just the glue came undone. But yeah, there would have been an episode where she didn't have the pauldron on, and she would have had the cut top. So I don't know why that just doesn't make sense. You just make stuff to break at this point. Like why even make it? Why glue that in place? It wouldn't have hindered anything just sitting there. I guess if you wanted to force it off, you could, but then you'd have glue spots on the figure. In fact, it looks like there's a slot in the back that pegs the piece into place. This is, They don't think very well. They could have easily made that just pop off. That's a disappointment. The head peg is very thin too. So just word to the wise, swapping heads. It's very tight. You're gonna have to heat the head up because that doesn't go on all the way. I don't feel like breaking it right now. I'm tired of sending stuff back to Super7, so give her trigger finger even though she does not have a gun. Maybe she should just hold her boomerang. Gripping hand. Like she's jumping out to grab you. Kind of wonky, doesn't want to stand very well. Okay, there she is. Not too bad, not too bad. Not to the quality standards that I've come to expect for this price point. That's all I can say. There are things I like about it, but there are a lot of things that are just very disappointing. She doesn't even really have hands that she can grab her accessories very well. Like it's not. She's got these gripping hands, but they're not really made to like really grip anything that she has. I mean, she's got these hands, but there's not anything. She doesn't have anything other than her boomerang that's really that shape. And they're not, that's about it. All right, so let's just go ahead and push Mandora out of the way, and we'll unbox the electro-charger and see what it's like. This is. All right, got the electro-charger out. It comes with its own accessories. It's got this long antenna, which is somewhat pliable, but I imagine it's breaking if you mess with it too much. It's got this little, I think this is a sticky goo that attaches with this little blaster thing that she used to capture villains. It should just peg into this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It comes with a display stand, which is nice. And then it comes with these two little gadgets, these two little boards. I don't know what these are, but they're little accessories that you can add to it. Maybe they're magnetic or something. The electro-charger. Okay, now it's a nice hefty toy. It's pretty solid. I'm not feeling anything brittle off the bat. It feels good. If this is what the Thunder Tank feels like, I think a lot of people will be thrilled. People are already getting their Thunder Tanks in, by the way, so that's nice. I don't really know. Let's see, these handlebars feel a bit flimsy, and they don't turn very well at all, if they should. Okay, I think I know what I think these little plates magnetize here. Oh, that's nifty. That's a nifty little effect. So she comes with these little plates. They're easy to get on, but kind of sort of like flips out into like a control panel. So you can have different options. That's neat. I like that. That's a clever design. The details are all painted. There are no decals here. This is all painted. It's not perfect, but it looks really good. All the little bells and whistles. I think I like the little radar, so keep that on there. Got the stars are sculpted out and painted on. I love this translucent look here on the front. It's like a goldy, glittery, translucent looking paint. The little thrusters are clear, translucent, with painted black. Got some yellow on the underbelly of the fins. I like these little mufflers on the side here. I don't know if you call them mufflers or thrusters or whatever, but they look good. They're painted very well. I like the metallic. And then they make sure they put this like burn carbonized look on the ends like it's been used. It would have been really cool if they would have gave us some fire accessories. It's like it was like flying through the air. I think that was a missed opportunity, but you know, it looks good. All right, I don't know all the features because the box doesn't exactly come with instructions, but you can obviously see a few things. Like this pops open for some kind of storage compartment. I'm not sure what you're supposed to put in there. And then it's got one on the back here. Pops open. Oh, it's a tire. Okay. I guess this is to push the tire down because there is a all-terrain version. You pop the plate off. And how do you do this? Yeah, you push the tire down through that little hole. That's clever. It clicks into place. You fold that back up. And the front's got a panel that you pull down. I guess you just pull it. It's got this little slot here and you just pull it. That's not very good. How do you get that out? That is not very thought out. What do you... Another failure in design, guys. Gosh. Like if I have to... Jeez, that's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. What is this for then? Like, there's no other way to get in there. I guess they expect you just to put your fingers in there and pull it out. These tires are actual like a soft rubbery tire. And they spin very well. Oh, look at that. Now, I don't know how it's going to do standing up. It doesn't balance very well like that. It can balance, but it's going to tilt to one side or the other. So this is just like a little extra play feature. It rolls very smooth, though. You don't hear those tires at all. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. I feel like it could have been executed better, but, you know, it is what it is. I also don't like that these little plates just flop off and then you gotta throw them somewhere in storage or something if you want to display it like this. I guess you could still put this on the display stand with the tires out if that's what you wanted to do. Just push them in. It's easier to push them in than it is to pull them out. And then you just replace the panels. These are kind of flimsy. I can see people breaking these clips off, so just be wary and be careful. If you've ever had a toy from the 80s or anything that had a battery compartment, most of us wound up breaking the little door on the compartment. All right, electro-charger. Let's go ahead and bring this display in here. It's square. This is a square peg, so it's only going to go in one direction. It's very firm fit, and of course it will fit into the actual peg. Now, I don't know, maybe I got it on there backwards. It looks like she's going down, so let's flip it around. Yeah, now it looks like it's straight going up. That looks good. I like that display base. Got a little slot back here for the antenna. Again, this antenna is flimsy, and that slot is tight. Like, I don't even know how they expect you to fit that in there. Honestly, I'm probably not even going to put this on. Yeah, that is too tight. It will not reasonably go in there, and I don't want to break this thing. That is where it's supposed to go. Oh well. That's pretty cool. I like it. Guess this is what the trigger finger was for. The little spray container. It has a soft rubbery hose, so it's really pliable. Just put that in her hand. I've noticed this with her hands. Her fingers are so flimsy, they kind of show stress marks. So just be mindful of that. You're probably going to get stress marks on your hands from swapping out parts. I already see a number of them on a number of hands, and I haven't even used them. You'll probably want to heat up your hands. That handle, look how soft that handle is. I'm trying to just, it's not even that much pressure, and it's causing stress to the fingers. Really bad stress. Ugh, it's gross. And I don't even think this hand is big enough for this gun. This gun is way too big for that hand. Maybe, and she doesn't have a larger gripping hand. She's just got these grabby hands. Maybe that'll work. All right, if they intended you to use the trigger finger for this, it's an epic fail because it doesn't really fit in any of the hands. You're gonna stress the hands putting just the handle of this thing in there. You know, let's just all the negatives I'm coming up with this figure. Like, just look, we paid a lot for this. That's all I'm saying. This was an expensive figure and an expensive set, and I just see all these flaws and all these missed opportunities, and I just feel like Super7 just doesn't got it yet. They have such grandiose ideas of what they can do, but they just don't got it yet. That's all I can say. They don't got it. They haven't figured it out yet. That being said, she looks really good. She looks very good on the electro-charger. The electro-charger is head and tails better than her. It's a shame that a lot of the accessories are useless. The little magnetic Boards are pretty cool. I guess this is mainly used for a larger handed character because it's too big for her hands. But it's a nice accessory. I love the boomerangs. She can hold those pretty good. The communicator or badge or whatever it is isn't that easy for her to hold. Just for size comparison, bring in another Ultimates female figure. They are pretty much the same exact scale, except Trini is probably a better quality figure compared to Mandora, but they're probably about equal in just about everything else, which is pretty good. That, you know, if you wanted to, you could have your Yellow Ranger pilot the Electro-Charger. She's like, I lost the Tiger Zord, now I'm on the Electro-Charger. Whee! Saber-toothed tiger. Mandora's like, you're under arrest, you yellow monster. The handcuffs work pretty well, mainly for a female-sized figure. I can't see these working very well for a male figure, but what do I know? That's pretty cool. I like that. There are things I like about the figure, and then there are just things that I don't care for that disappoint me. The best highlight, we got an Electro-Charger and we got a Mandora. You can't beat that. The negatives, a lot of her accessories are difficult to use. This shoulder pauldron it tore. Of course, that's partly my fault because I tried pulling it off, but I assumed it would be removable. That is annoying. The paint is awful on this figure. I'm just saying, the paint is bad on this figure. The quality on some of the parts is bad on this figure. She can't use a lot of her accessories very well. The hands are flimsy on the pegs. The Electro-Charger's great. I think they put all their effort in the Electro-Charger, and that's a shame. But it's good that they put all the effort in the Electro-Charger because it makes me very hopeful that the Thunder Tank will be just perfect. Anyway, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about this figure. So if you've been on the fence and you've probably watched other people's reviews, I haven't watched anyone else's reviews so far, so I don't know how they nitpick or sugarcoat things. I'm not sugarcoating it. They really should have done better. For the price point of these items, they should have done better. Electro-Charger's good. Only issue I have with it, the antenna doesn't fit in very well, and it's very flimsy and probably will break. Mandora, I can see a lot of issues down the line. I don't know if I want to return her yet because of the pauldron, but it might be alright. It's not like a severe issue. And even if I did replace her, I could probably, over time, moving the arms, a replacement would probably break in the same spot. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think that about covers what I want to go over. This has been an unboxing and review of Thundercat Ultimates, Mandora, and her Electro-Charger from Super7. I'm UR Supreme Toys. Thank you so much for watching.